So I know it has been a long wait from my previous video, and you can also see I am at a new location. So the primary reason is that I did not want to come in front of the camera without having a haircut. So without much further ado, let's begin. So a few days ago, Twitter was suspended in Nigeria. Now the reason was that the Nigerian president Muhammadu Buhari, he tweeted something regarding the civil war, and which was against Twitter's rules as per Twitter. So they suspended his account, and in response to this, the government of Nigeria suspended Twitter indefinitely. So what was this Nigerian civil war exactly? And if you just search more on this war, you will find that this was suffocated by a hotchpotch of countries on either sides. So we will today try to explain the reasons behind this war and why did many countries support either sides in this war. So this war was also a reason of the colonialism of the British in this country. So this video is also a part of the Commonwealth series. So hello everyone, Namaste, Assalamu alaikum, Sat Shri Akal. This is Vishal and welcome to our channel Indica Central. Over here we will be discussing world history and current affairs from India's perspective. To understand Nigeria's independence, we'll have to go back to the year 1884 when in Berlin the Scramble for Africa conference was held. Now, as a result of this conference, Africa was divided arbitrarily among all the European powers, and we all know how great the Europeans are at drawing our borders. So they just drew some random lines on the African map, and the same was the case with Nigeria. In fact, in Nigeria, even today, if you observe, there is a sharp north-south divide. So if you take any map, you will find there is a separation between the Muslim majority north and the Christian majority south. So consider any economic indicator and take any Nigerian map. For example, say Human Development Index, Poverty Index, per capita income or vaccination rates. You will see this difference is always observed between the north and the south. So what was the reason for this? The answer is obviously colonialism. So the Nigerian north, which is dominated by the Muslim Hausa Fulani, were not directly ruled by the British. They were semi-feudal and they owed their allegiance to the emirs, who indirectly owed the allegiance to the Sultan of the Sokoto Caliphate. On the other hand, the southern Nigerians, who were Christian majority, they were ruled directly by the British, that they comprise of the Yoruba and the Igbo ethnic groups. So they were educated in English and they also served in the British government in Nigeria. So one of the communities, as I said, in the south was the Igbo community. So when Nigeria gained independence in 1960, its first prime minister, who was Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, he was a northerner. But their first president, who was Nnamdi Azikiwe, if I am pronouncing this name correctly, he was an Igbo. Now the Nigerian north, it is claimed that they wanted to dominate the politics. Therefore, it's claimed that they rigged the elections of 1964, in which many northern candidates won unopposed. So because of this, there was a resentment against the north in the south. So in 1966, two Igbo military officers, if I am pronouncing the names again correctly, Chukwuma Kaduna Nzeogwu and Emmanuel Arinze Ifeajuna, attempted a coup d'etat, and that was successful. So this resulted in an Igbo, that is Johnson Aguyui Ironsi, who became the head of the state. But he was later captured and assassinated by the military general who was the chief of army staff, his own army staff, that is Yakubu Gowon, who was a northerner. So now please note that the center of power frequently shifted from the north to the south, and it was wavering as such. So what happened is, because of all these actions, the northerners resented the Igbos and vice versa, and they started a campaign for genocide against the Igbo community, and it is claimed that around 8,000 to 30,000 Igbos were killed in this campaign. So this is the time when Odumegwu Ojukwu, who was the military governor of East Nigeria, who was an Igbo by the way, he declared independence and said that his state of Biafra is now independent from Nigeria, and thus began the civil war. So why were many foreign countries concerned about this development? All this was because Nigeria was and is a very oil-rich country. So let's understand the support of the major powers and the reasons for doing so. So we'll first begin with the United Kingdom, that is UK. So now UK had a lot of influence in Nigeria because of its company, that is Shell British Petroleum, who was responsible for the extraction of oil from Nigeria and Biafra especially, remember this. So when the Nigerian Civil War broke out, this war broke out just a week before the 6-day war in the Middle East. Now if you want to understand the 6-day war, you can Google search it later, or if you want I can make a separate video on this, but for now we need to understand that because of this war, the Suez Canal, that was again infamously in the news recently because of the blockage, that was blocked for a long time, for actually years at that time, and therefore it was much cheaper for the British to import oil from Nigeria rather than the Middle East. So the oil ships coming all the way from Saudi Arabia through the Cape of Good Hope to Britain, that was much more expensive as compared to those coming from Nigeria directly to Britain from the Gulf of Africa, Gulf of Guinea. So Britain decided to support the federal government in Nigeria so that they do not face any restrictions in importing oil. So Shell British Petroleum, who was their company, they continued to support the federal government quietly in Nigeria as the British government had told them, and they also supplied weapons to the federal government. Now just like the British, even the Soviet Union, they also supported the federal government for the same reason and also sold them their MiG fighter planes. Now the United States as such had observed neutrality, but to protect their private investment in Nigeria, they also supported the government in Lagos. Lagos, by the way, was the capital of Nigeria at that time, and later they shifted it to Abuja, which they made as a new city in the center of the country. Now here come the few interesting foreign players. China. So just because, remember, just because Soviet Union supported the federal government in Nigeria, China supported the government in Biafra. So China extended support to Biafra because China and the Soviet Union did not enjoy very good relations at that time. That this was a time after the Sino-Soviet split. And China also supplied arms to Biafra for the same reason. Now France supported Biafra along with Portugal because it felt that the northerners had done something like a genocide against the southerners, that is the Igbo community. Now this was the reason that they gave internationally for their public attention, but it is said that the real reason was that France wanted Biafra to become independent so that it has some influence in West Africa, in this region. Now if you see, Nigeria is located in a zone of French influence. So all the countries around Nigeria, that is say Cameroon or Chad or Burkina Faso, they all were former French colonies, but only in Nigeria France had a lesser influence because of Britain. So just to gain more influence over there, France supported Biafra. Now Israel. So just like many countries, Israel first supported the government in Lagos, that is the federal government of Nigeria. But after the Biafrans began demanding support from Israel, the Israeli Knesset, that is their parliament, they debated this issue, and after which Israel began supporting arms to Biafra. They supplied weapons to Biafra. Now there is one interesting country, that is Vatican City, that is the smallest country in the world by area. So even they had some role to play in this war. So as you might have guessed correctly, as Biafra was a Christian majority state, a Christian majority region, and Vatican City is the seat of the Catholic Church, they supported Biafra, and they were joined in this mission by South Africa, who was then white dominated South Africa, and British Rhodesia, that is modern day Zimbabwe. Now in 1970, Biafra finally fell, they surrendered, and their commander Ojukwe, he fled to Cote d'Ivoire. However, nobody was ever held accountable for the genocide that the Northerners did. So all this was about the hotchpotch civil war in Nigeria, and I tried to explain how the different countries supported this war and what were the reasons for doing so. So you understood that US and USSR were on the same side of this war, France and UK were on the other sides in this war. So it was a total hotchpotch. So this was my attempt to bring something new. More than 50 years have passed since this war, and today Nigeria is actually a very important country, even if we ignore it, because by 2100 it will become the world's third largest country by population, just behind India and China. And you may not know it, but Nigeria is actually per capita richer than India today. So it is an important country, at least in Africa. So that's it for this video. So I hope this video was helpful to teach you something new. If you like this video, please press the like button, please share, please comment if you want me to make any new videos. Now I know over here many of you want me to make videos on Nepal's cricket team, on Kenya's cricket team, on American cricket team. So I have all those things in mind, but just because this channel is not exclusively for cricket, I need to bring some more content as well on this. So I promise the next video will probably be on Nepalese cricket team and their journey. So please subscribe to our channel if you like it. And that's it for today. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.